Hello guys, this is Bry aka Geo. Today we're going to be doing a quick first thoughts review of Battlefield 6. So if this is your first time, stick around to the end of the video and hope you guys enjoy. Well, welcome everybody. This is Bry aka Geo bringing you a review of Battlefield 6 multiplayer. Well, what can I say that hasn't already been said by everybody else? Alright, end of video. Subscribe, follow, comment for more. But no, seriously guys, we're here to talk about multiplayer for Battlefield 6. And to be honest, it's great. That's the short of it. It's been a lot of fun. I've been on it for a few hours and I've been enjoying myself. But let me give you a little bit of background of where I'm coming from with my Battlefield experience. I've been playing Battlefield for quite a bit of time now. I originally hopped in on Battlefield 3. At the time, I was playing on PS3 and it used to be an alternative to Call of Duty. If my memory serves me right, I want to say Modern Warfare 3. But somebody could double check me on that, or I'll make sure to look it up and add it on post. But with that being said, it was a weird experience because Battlefield always promised these epic scale battles, this 32 on 32 man battles that I truly never had the chance to play. I was a console gamer and we didn't have those epic battles. We had 12 on 12, which was still more. I think it was 12 on 12 or 8 on 8. I'll make sure the editor, I'm the editor, I'll make sure he adds it. But with that being said, we are not here to talk about Battlefield 3. We're here to talk about Battlefield 6. Honestly, the short of it, it feels like playing Battlefield 4 again. And what do I mean by that? Battlefield 4 was my very first Battlefield that I was able to play the full 32 on 32 experience on Xbox One. I felt the epicness, the giganticness, and it was what Call of Duty could not be. It was a true warfare experience. It was real war, or as closest as we could probably get to a realistic concept to real war, with your tanks, planes, helicopters, and the whole nine. It is quite a unique experience. You playing in a squad of 4. You have ability to revive each other, revive your teammates, revive other people if you're playing one of the revive classes. In your squad, you can revive anybody in your squad regardless of the class you are playing. If you are a assault, your main goal is breaching areas, getting into specific areas, being the fast runner. You are there to go in and attack. That's probably what most good FPS players will be playing. Engineer class. Engineer is a classic comeback of your tank player, your to any vehicle-based equipment, and you're also equipped with your missiles for destroying the enemy vehicles as well. So then you have your support class, which is a little bit more recommended towards newer players, since its biggest primary thing is you're supporting your squad and teammates with ammunition and revives, which is quite a big part, especially for newer players that don't feel very confident going into some of the big schematics or big battles going on within Battlefield 6. So it's a nice little class to be able to help somebody out. Previous Battlefields, it used to be part of the assault class, but now it's a support class. They've kind of combined the revive ability with the assault class, which is quite nice for those that are looking into getting into this game but are not very familiar with the mechanics of Battlefield 6. And lastly, one of the classes that I've been having the most fun with, the recon class. Now, the recon class is primarily going to be your sniper rifles and your sniper rifles. That pause was intended. Your sniper rifles. That's really the biggest thing with recon. But Battlefield 6 has a unique feature in which you can actually play any weapon on any class. Now, this has been taking the community by a little bit of a surprise. We've seen this capability with some specific weapons, but not every single weapon, and that kind of changes the whole dynamic of the situation. But the way that Battlefield has handled this, I think, is quite alright, because it manages to balance a lot of things. So one thing that we saw on the beta was that with the recon class, you actually had the spawn beacon, which it kind of made the recon class a little bit overpowered if you put a little bit of thought into it, because you were able to find a good hideout spot. You will have your recon class, which one of the biggest perks for the recon class is that you can immediately spot any enemy the second that you see them. So you don't have a dedicated spot button like you've done it in some of the previous battlefields. So just by automatically looking in the general area, you are spotting your enemy, and that is a key help for you and your whole teammates to be able to recognize where the enemy is. So you have that capability. You obviously have your long distance sniper rifles, and on top of that, you are able to respawn anytime because you at the same area, because you have your respawn beacon there. So what it's essentially doing is making it so you can find a great hiding spot and constantly keep spawning there, and no matter how many times they kill you, you're still able to go back to your spotting spot. So one of the patches thing that we saw with the final release of the game is that they've actually moved the respawn beacon to the assault class, which moves things a little bit around. You can still have a sniper rifle in that class, however, you lose the very strong ability of being able to spot your enemies. With all of that being said, all classes feel very balanced. A few weapons stand out a little bit more than others. We'll go a little bit more into into that detail in another video, but it does feel very, very, very balanced, and that is something very hard to do, especially for a game of this caliber. But to make this video short, to kind of put a little bow on it, it is a great game. If you're coming from a Call of Duty side, because there's a lot of Call of Duty players that have been playing Battlefield for the first time, they're kind of sick and tired of the same thing from Call of Duty, so they've come in to check out Battlefield. The best advice I can give you is check out some of the playlists that are made for close quarters. It's the closest thing that you can get to that Call of Duty vibe and feel. However, I highly encourage you and everybody to check out more of its unique game modes. Look into vehicle play, look into some of the tanks, the helicopters, and have that unique experience. Mess around. You left Call of Duty for a reason, so why not check out what Battlefield has to show? But we will be uploading more videos moving forward. I hope you guys enjoy, and the long story short is play Battlefield. And for those of you guys that don't have the top of the line hardware, I am currently running Battlefield 6 with a 2080 Ti and a 9 series i7 Intel CPU on my computer. It is definitely not the beefiest or heaviest machine out there, but I am able to do 1080p high-end graphics at about 80 frames, 80 to 100 depending on what's going on. So I encourage everybody to check out Battlefield 6, and thank you for coming. Bry, aka Gio, out.